Thank you for staying with us. The activities of the 10th session of the International Exhibition and Forum for University Scholarships and Training was launched this week under the slogan Higher Education and Future Jobs Edugate. Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research Dr. Khaled Abdul Ghaffar inaugurated the 10th edition of the forum and exhibition along with a number of ministers and state officials, including Dr. Tariq Shawqi, the Minister of Education and Technical Education, Dr. Amr Talat, the Minister of Communications and Information Technology, and Dr. Amr Izzat Salama, the Secretary General of the Union of Arab Universities. The exhibition aims to help students determine the major and the university they wish to study in, especially secondary school students. It also provides the opportunity to learn about fully or partially funded scholarships, as well as training opportunities in a number of educational institutions and bodies for free or in exchange for discount of a specific value. With us now here in the studio is Dr. Mohamed Shinawy, the acting president of Al-Galala University, and Dr. Shinawy is also a professor of surgery, professor of oncosurgery to be specific, and a lecturer at Ain Shams University. A very good morning to you.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Shinawy.
And
Thank
it's a
you
pleasure
for
and honor to be with you.
Pleasure and honor to have you with us, sir. So, sir, talk to us about that forum, the significance of this forum, the timing, the aim.
This was a very important forum, and actually a lot of Egyptian universities and foreign universities were existing in this forum, the Edugate Forum. This forum is very important because it shows the secondary school students the varieties of university that Egypt has now, and how we are offering for them a lot of varieties and programs, either within the public, national, or the international branch campuses that already started in Egypt since 2018. One of the main things is to show the students that there are a lot of programs that are linked to the industry and to the market now are available in Egypt. We aim, yes, we have a lot of our students that are traveling abroad. That's why it was one of the strategies of the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research is to bring high-ranked universities into Egypt so that these programs are offered with the same quality that's offered abroad. So since 2018, we integrated already the 2018 International Branch Campus Law. We already started in 4 new national universities. I'm talking here about Alamein, Galala, King Salman, and New Mansoura. And these universities have already international partnerships. And it was one of the mandates by His Excellency President Sisi when he integrated these universities, that these universities to have international partnerships so that we offer the same programs that's offered abroad in our national universities with the same criteria, with all the credentials, so that the students are ready for the market and the industry needs.
Right, and now Dr. Shinawy, your university, Al-Galala University, has partnerships definitely with international universities and educational institutions. Tell us about your partners.
This is a very good question. Actually, before Galala started, His Excellency President Sisi and Dr. Khaled Abdul Ghaffar, the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research and Acting Minister of Health, put a plan for these universities, and on top of that was Galala University. So we already saw which programs were going to start in Galala University, and we finalized a very important agreement with Arizona State University. Why Arizona State University? Arizona State University is #1 in innovation in the United States, one of the best 3 in the impact ranking according to Times Higher Education, and one of the best 130 universities according to the Times Higher Education. So bringing such big institute to Egypt to partner with one of the new national universities, which is Galala, was an achievement for this university. So what's going to happen that by the mode of 4+0, which means that you are going to study the 4 years here in Egypt in engineering, computer science, and business, you will be having a dual degree, one from Arizona State University and another one from Galala University. Then to be added to them in a mode of 3+1 in science, media, and art. This is the next phase. And the whole university is powered by Arizona State University. What means by powered by? This means that he is your partner in your strategy, your marketing, your management. So this is very important to bring all of this expertise to one of the new national universities. Plus, we have another agreement with Hiroshima University in Japan, where we have around 15 professors coming from Japan to teach in dentistry, in engineering, and in the Japanese language. And already we are having a meeting with our colleagues in Hiroshima next week, where we are discussing to add also architecture to this program. Plus, there is a lot of cooperation with the Texas International Consortium, which is a consortium of universities, where we are having workshops, student exchange, all of this stuff are offered through Galala. And this all happened in less than 2 years.
Right. Now, Dr. Shinawy, this forum is being held annually now, right? It's the 10th session. So talk to us about the prior sessions and what is different this year, you believe, from prior sessions.
Prior sessions were just showing the universities, what the programs, but now what's new, that the number of universities, this was very important, showing more of international branch campuses coming to Egypt, showing more of partnerships that's happening between the national universities and the public universities and highly ranked international universities. And what was very important, showing to the students how we are in Egypt are making this reform in higher education. Actually, there is a strategy for higher education in Egypt that started since His Excellency Professor Abdel Ghaffar came to the ministry, which depends on 4 pillars. The first pillar is to increase access. Now the number of students in higher education in Egypt is 3.6 million. By 2032, we aim to increase this number to be 5.6 million, which represents 50% of the age group between 18 and 22. And this is one of the targets of the country. The other thing is to reform all the curriculums, and this is with the Supreme Council of Universities. And with this reform, to link these programs with the industry and the market need. And this was an essential and main pillar. And the fourth pillar is internationalization, which I just mentioned some that had happened with Galala University.
Right. So, Dr. Shinawy, the aim is in 2032 to have 50% of the age category from 18 to 22 in higher education.
Yes.
What's the percentage now?
35%.
35%. So we want an increase of almost 50%.
Yes.
Yeah. So do the educational programs that you have include something about advices as to what to do in schools, what to study, what not to study? I mean, and what, at which age do you start counseling the students and giving them advice?
This is a very good question, actually, and thank you for asking this, because in Egypt, still, not only the student who's choosing, let's face ourselves.
The parents as well.
It's the parents, it is the whole family, because they are considering him very crucial, and we are still pushing our students. I'm a physician, towards medicine, but engineering, but we need to increase the scope of the students and to see. So starting from the secondary school, we have to see what are the talents of the student, what they are needs, what do they will propagate in, and how they will excel in such profession. And we start to counseling them since the higher education, and then we start to advise them. And even when they go to the first year in the university, we have in Galala University an advisory. For every 10 students, there is an advisor that guides the students and see how they are progressing, so that we see, you are in the right track, or we can move the track. This is very important to see, because we are increasing the scope. We are not only talking about medicine and engineering, but now we are talking about biotechnology, we're talking about nanotechnology, we're about megatronics, we're talking about artificial intelligence, big data. All of these things are very important and are needed within the market. The logistics, we see now a lot of problems that's happening worldwide as regards the logistics and the move of trade and things like that. So we need to be prepared and having our students prepared for the new jobs of the 2030.
Right. 2030, so we're talking here about Egypt's vision.
Yes.
So where, in your view, as a leading academic figure, does the education industry lie in Egypt's 2030 vision?
Thanks God, the the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, being the advisor to His Excellency Professor Abdel Ghaffar for International Cooperation, is putting this vision and putting Egypt vision in top of everything that we are doing. That's why we not just added the national universities and the international branch campus, but one of the main things was the technological universities. The technological universities are very crucial for Egypt, where we had already 3 technological universities that started since 2019 in New Cairo, in Quesna, and in Bani Suif. These technological universities is in the mode of 2+2, where you can finish 2 years, you go to the market, work, and then you can get back and have your bachelor through this technological university. 60% of the education with these technological universities are technical things, so that these are the needs. And actually the plan of the ministry and the plan of the country is to have 27 technological university all over the country, so that according to the needs of every governorate, we are going to have a technological. For instance, in Damiata, we know that in Damiata we have a lot of furniture.
Right.
So we're going to link this with the technological university. In Luxor, we're talking about
tourism.
So we're going in Suez Canal and the area of the economic area, trade and things like that.
Shipping.
Exactly. So this is one of the main things that Egypt is working. So already 3 technological universities started, and there's another 6 to be added to the system.
I believe, Dr. Shinawy, that there are also new universities being launched for athletes, for those talented in sports.
For the athletes, of course, they have the special trade in their universities, and of course we excel this. So we're very proud that one of the, like Galala University, we have already our students sharing in many of the activities.
Tell us about some of them.
We have one of my students, he just got a bronze medal in the university's competition that happened 2 or 3 days ago in Taekwondo, and we're very proud of him. Another one got another bronze medal. So this is very important to these achievements and these sport achievements for our students, and we are offering them scholarships. So this is very important to help them. And also we had a lot of sports activity within the university, and they are traveling.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the reason I asked about this is that I know that there are some schools who are designed for schools, I mean secondary and high schools, preparatory, secondary, high schools, that are designed for athletes. So I'm talking about universities. Is there a plan to expand in that direction?
To expand, but to take them according to what they need. If they want to be a doctor, want to be a physician, they want to be whatever, to help them to excel in their athlete position or working or sports, and at the same time they study and do what they want. So linking those 2 things.
Right,
and
because it happens in schools as well.
Exactly.
They're not just studying sports.
And we see this actually, one of the excelling is in the American universities in the United States. We see how there are many of the champions are coming out of the universities, and they give them scholarships, and they help and give them the environment that help them to be champions. And this is exactly what we are doing, and that's why most of the new national universities have the facilities that help these students to proceed in their athletic career.
Right. In fact, there are some games in the US, like basketball, for instance, or the NBA, that doesn't allow you to go professional unless you have minimum grade, certain type of minimum grades and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And minimum education. So, Dr. Shinawy, educate and not educate. And I guess gate comes from from the meaning that the door is being opened, or a pathway or something. Offers programs to develop schooling in Egypt, and how we can apply these systems in Egypt. So how would this forum be of help to schools themselves, not just universities,
it's
to
very
schools?
Important, because the students who are coming from the school, we have to make this link between the universities and the school, not the separation, because maybe the students are being taught in a way in the schools, and then they have a different way in the university. But making these links, that's why it's very important, I would say, the weekly or bi-weekly meetings between the Minister of Higher Education and the Minister of Education, Professor Tariq Shawi and Professor Abdel Ghaffar, making this synchronization between the schools and between the universities, so that the students in the schools are prepared. For instance, they are having the tablets and the way that Dr. Tariq had introduced in the education, I cannot then transform them back in the university. That's why we are talking now about the fourth generation university, and even we're talking about the fifth generation university. With the pandemic and what happened, we already have these fourth generation universities all over the country where we are talking about the smart universities. They are prepared to have the smart boards. The way they are, it's not only about the infrastructure, but the way the students are being taught is very crucial. So it's not only about giving them lessons, but the flip-flip classes, the active pedagogy, all of these things are being introduced, and also taking these students from the university to the market. So since year one, the students in Galala University, you find the arts, they are in El Muaz Street. Those of architecture and in the new administrative capital. In the media are here in the TV. All of these things, exposing them early to the market and the needs of the industry was very crucial while we were designing these programs.
Right. So you're trying to make a link between the school and university study, and between the graduate, I mean, the university and the job market at the same time.
Sure.
Dr. Shinawy, talk to us about the training programs, be it for students and for teachers themselves, university professors and school teachers, I guess, because, you know, schooling is part of the program.
This is very crucial. So what we are doing, for instance, now we are giving a dual degree with Arizona State University. So we are having the respiratory from Arizona State, and we're doing capacity development for all the staff and the faculty in the university so that they are trained in how to teach these curriculums, taking from ASU and adapted to the needs of the Egyptian students and Egyptian market. And at the same time, you are training your students how to be accepting this way of teaching, how they will be informed, how they are going to be assessed, how they're going to do the auditing for all the whole system. So the capacity development is ongoing process. You cannot just do capacity development and you stop, but it's a continuous and in process. And at the same time, you have to not to take it as a copy paste. You have your own criteria and you have your own needs. So making this linkage was very crucial. Understanding what they are going to give, how they are going to deliver it was very important, and I see it a successful story until now. We are going to launch the programs officially in September 2022, and I hope that this will make a lot of change in the higher education system in Egypt.
Inshallah. We commend your efforts, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Mohamed Shinawy, the acting president of Al Galala Public University. It's been a year and a half now for the university?
Yes.
Right. Acting president of Al Galala Public University, and also Dr. Shinawy is professor of oncosurgery and lecturer at Ain Shams University. It's been a great pleasure, sir. Thank you for us. It's been very informative, and we hope to see you again here on INTV International.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. Dear viewers, my dear colleague Mahisi Rabia will be back shortly with the second topic here in the program, and that topic will be the We Are All One initiative launched under the auspices of His Excellency President Sisi as the government tries to ease the living conditions of citizens ahead of the holy month of Ramadan. But before that, let's watch this report. As the Faculty of Mass Communication, Cairo University organized a symposium on media and women's issues in the New Republic as part of the celebration of International Women's Day earlier this month, of course. The symposium discussed women's issues in the New Republic, women empowerment, which is one of the top priorities of Egypt's 2030 vision. Now, LTV International's Minna Dusui was there and filed in this report.